day has arrived. Of course, it's 10 degrees out. It's windy. Sorry for any mic problems. The mic on this GoPro sucks anyways. But this is our car. Looks like crap, but 400,000 miles, what's it gonna look like? Now, the unboxing video was on the beginning of this. Rock Auto is where I got it from. I don't have any problem with Rock Auto compared to other people. I've had zero problems, and like I said, I have 400,000 miles on my car with no problems. That battery was cracked on the corner. I went through their online, never had to talk to somebody. All they did was want pictures, picture of the box, and the new one was at my door the very next day. Pretty incredible. Same battery. Still doesn't have a mark on it when it was built. I'm sure these markings that I don't understand maybe from that may say when it was built, but we're gonna start straight from the beginning because some people don't even know how to pop their own hood. So the lever is right here. Pull that, you'll hear it pop. So this battery has, it's dry cell, so it's like a laptop battery. Don't have any liquid in it, which is nice because when it cracked, I could probably JB weld the one they let me keep it. There's a little lever right down here. Just slide your finger to the right, and you'll find it, and just lift up. Put your little hood prop in the hood prop slot if it's windy. I can't stand the slot on this one. So it's a dry cell, so I'm probably going to use the battery they let me keep. I don't know what they would use it for, but it is cracked. But the first battery they sent me, but like a laptop battery, all of a sudden you'll be at 20% and it'll just die. Well, that's what this battery's doing. So I'm thinking, let's say there's 3 cells, 1, 2, 3. Thinking the middle cell's probably bad, and if you let the car sit for more than about 12 hours, it acts like a totally dead battery. But if you keep pissing it off by trying to start it, which pisses off the car too, it eventually starts and you have no problems. But the alternator tries charging it the entire time you're driving. That's a lot of wear and tear on the car, alternator, and your gas mileage goes down a little bit. Sorry, I found a water leak or oil leak that's unaccounted for. So obviously this brakes is in the way, and we're gonna get right down to it. I think you guys can see it's a lot of black when I look through the camera. I'm gonna pop this off and disconnect the battery first, just in case I mark something around. I know we're gonna need a 10 millimeter, because what foreign thing doesn't take it? Or not foreign thing, what car nowadays doesn't take that? Little nut right there. I'm just gonna loosen this side first. Take it off to the side. Nice safe area. This one I'm going to have to use a standard screwdriver, or any type of screwdriver. I'm using Phillips, and there's these little prongs on both sides. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to pry them out, push it backwards. I've had mine off a few times because I have a fuse under here. I sometimes want to check out, make sure it's not melting. Slide it against the little computer right here and just pull it out. It's a tow car. Mine's a tow car, so it has a fuse right there for charging going down the road, and I want to make sure that's all right every now and then. So mine comes right out. Here's probably won't slide off as easy. Now there is a bolt right there, nut, 10 millimeter. That is going to loosen a clamp style, and then this is going to wiggle out and off of this box. I just want to take the battery from the car, letting the car kind of sit here and think about itself, because when the battery was dead, I kind of made it mad. I let it go too dead, and I tried to start it about 6 times. Now I'm gonna wiggle it out, and it was not happy. That just pulls off. Oh, I had it off. Of course, I probably won't pull off this time. Oh, where's my screwdriver? Well then. Okay, well, we'll get to that. It's really cold out, so maybe a few other removals will help it come out. This is most likely a 10 millimeter on each one of these corners. Yep, it's a 10. I'm pretty sure the amount that holds the battery in isn't going to be a 10 unless this plastic box is holding it in. So I wouldn't doubt the manufacturers would do that. Oh, got a little bit of rust on the car. This is a 2018 Malibu. Above the headlight, or I think it would probably be gone. Trying to figure out where to put these. I'm way up there. Everything's so dirty on my car. I'm going to take out the white one, silver one, gray one. The other one looks like it may be the mount for the battery. Sometimes there's a mount at the bottom of your battery. Normally GM puts a little block at the bottom. Ford sometimes puts a brace clear over the top. Okay. Wiggle that around a little bit, nice and loose. I'm going to take the black one off now. It's just a nut. Again, sorry for the wind. Up and off. The less you scratch it, the less it'll rust later. Clean that up a little bit before I put it back on. Sorry, my charger for my GoPro is going nuts right now. Okay, and I got salt all over my legs. So this may just pull up now. The box is separating, but this has to pop off first. I did have this off just the other day. Kind of weird, it's not wanting to come up. I was gonna wet it down, but it's 0 degrees out. Or 0, it's 10. See, it's scratching it up a little bit. Back in the day, they used to rot out battery trays, but this one's removable with a bolt and another clamp. So if it rots out, I can always replace it. I don't think we have that problem anymore. Plus, this is an acid-free battery. Okay, I'm gonna slide it in. But I gotta slide the battery into this left. Am I even recording? Yep. I'll slide it in that way and then lower the right side of the battery down. Make sure you don't hit this or dislodge that, because that also keeps the battery down. I kind of like that. It has two ways of holding it down. also make sure you put the positive side of the battery in the right spot. I held that in there with one handle out of the two provided. But it fits right in there. That's why I love buying factory stuff. I know an aftermarket would have fit perfect too. Yeah, make sure your negative, make sure your posts are on this side. No matter what, if you have them on this side, it's the right battery. They should line up right. I went ahead and put the date that I replaced it on. Now remember to put this wedge in there, or next time you emergency brake and somebody cuts you off, your battery may become someone else's battery. So again, that was a half inch. Guess I gotta clean that thing up a little bit too. And it does go back and forth, but you can tell right where it was at. I'm gonna put it down, push it up tight against the battery. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Maybe you don't want to. You get the gist. Hey, put some anti-seize on it or something. I didn't have any problems on this one too. Put it down like that, tighten it down pretty tight. I'm sure they have a torque spec. There we go. It ain't going nowhere. Should be able to lift the car. And there is a lip on this side that keeps the battery from going forward too much. No lip on the back, but it keeps it right in there. Now we're going to put the cover back on. Dirty, nasty cover. Cover is important because everything clips to it. Lift this back a little bit. It slides right in. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm going to clip that front little thing in. I think you guys heard that click. That's how good I was at that. Yeah, everything's too easy. This battery's going to be junk. I'm going to slide that down over the positive post. Some people like to push that down a little bit when it should fit flush. A lot of people put them little insulator pads underneath so it doesn't corrode up. Do whatever you want. I check my battery quite often because it makes my money. The 10mm lock it down. Since it's a new battery, make sure you get it pretty tight. Not too tight because I think these things are made out of lead. Feels like I did something wrong because I'm not used to how clean the battery is underneath there, but I did put that on there right. Push that down. I think you heard it click. That'll also hold it down in case it gets a little bit loose. Now mine's going to look a little bit different again because I got the wire right there, the charge wire for the tow car. Okay, I'm going to pull this off right now because it's not going to be easy to do afterwards. Little cover for the positive, for the negative, whatever. That brace that we took off at the beginning, and I'm going to just slide that. It's got to go underneath this bracket right here, and it goes up a little bit, and then it just fits right in. Now, this seems like a lot of work, but imagine a Chrysler Sebring. You gotta take the wheel off, and it is in front right there. It's right there. Or it's in the back. I just remember it's in the bumper, and they never thought of the mechanic at all. Make sure that comes up a little bit. All this lines up a little bit. And I also noticed one that has a Chrysler 300 with the Beat system in it. And they have a battery in their spare tire area just for the base, and one up under the hood. And when your battery starts to go bad, you don't know which battery it is, so you replace both. And if you've seen the price of this battery, just times it by 2. Also, you can have a base. Now this one's going to be a little bit tricky because you gotta line it up and pull all that close and tight. 10mm again. Don't tighten them all until you got all of them pretty set in there with your hand. I'm sure some of you using a drill or something, you cheaters. I don't use a drill in such a... I'm gonna spend more time finding my drill and getting the adapters to fit it than if I just came out here and hurried up and did the job. Now, I didn't do it because I actually discharge my battery a lot in the wintertime and fully charge it back up. It goes through hell. But a 48 AGM battery can be, I think it's a Ford Ranger battery, which is a liquid battery. But I didn't do any of this research. But when you're charging an acid-free battery, you normally have to switch a switch on your charger. So I'm assuming if you're putting an acid battery in here because you want it to last longer or it's cheaper, your alternator may be on a different frequency. So just replace it with what's in it. That nut I'm gonna put on here. I was thinking about switching it over, but I do some funky stuff with this car. Just decided to keep it the same. Okay, now I'm going to tighten them all down. They're only 10mm, so you don't tighten them too much. Four bolts total on the top. So altogether, you'll need a 1/2 inch socket, an extension to get yourself down there, and a 10mm wrench. Nah, you can't get down there with a wrench. Okay, now we're going to hook up the other side, see if it... Okay, so there's a clip on the far side. I'll have to get a different screwdriver. Clip on the far left side. If there's a bunch of grooves going down the side, I'll stick my screwdriver in there and pry it out, and the thing popped right up now. I'll show it to you once I get it possibly up a little bit. Bend you guys around. It's 10 degrees out, a bit chilly. See that little clip? I just pried that out a little bit. It popped right up. I must have put it back together right the last time. Come on, tripod. Hold out. We'll get through this. Okay, that popped up. That's out of the way enough for me. I'm gonna pull this box up. There's a clip here for who knows what. Stick the screwdriver down in there. Explain this once I get it off. So stick your screwdriver in there and pry outwards, not inwards. Pry outwards. Pops right out. There we go. The box is out. Battery looks like crap. Probably gonna clean this up a bit so the video will be cut just a little bit. Looks like there's one mount on this side. I was saying there's a little block they put at the end. Right there's the block. Looks like it may be a 9/16. We'll see. Don't hold me to that yet. And it fits in a groove there. So you're going to have to slide the battery in like this and push it down. And this is the original battery to the car, which only lasted to 2018. And it's now January 2020. 2. Okay, I put a 12 a half inch on there, and it is the exact size. You're gonna have to have a little bit of an extension. Make sure you pull all that out nice and neat. It does have a slider on it, but you can tell where it used to be. Top. Since we're replacing it with the exact same battery, shouldn't be any problems with fitment or readjusting. I'm gonna pull this out. Just gonna look at the battery a little bit. I'll move you guys in a minute. Calm down. Batteries haven't gotten any lighter. Okay, let's pull you guys down to... So this is my first time looking at these. So this is the original battery. I'm sure somewhere on there is a date stamp. 37, 48 AGM, 48 AGM, 700 cold cranking amps, 760 cold cranking amps. So we get a little bit more cranking. It's a 4-cylinder, so it really doesn't bother me. I could probably start it with a power bank. 70 amp hour, 70 amp hour, 350 something, but I already can see that up here it's 380 LTA, and that's load test charge. So, who knows? So it looks like they improved the battery a little bit. Looks like it takes up the same form, it has the same handles. I think the handles are kind of annoying, but it's cool. They're low profile. Everything else looks the same. It doesn't have a sticker on it on the side. That's alright. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys back over here. Show you guys down in here. I'm going to clean this out a little bit. If you guys have a Canadian car, or a Montana car, or a North Dakota car, you may have a battery warmer on this. If you plug it in, it'll heat your block and warm your battery for you. I don't have that. Thank God. It ain't that cold. So I'm going to cut the video a little bit, clean that out with a few different things. And we'll... honks at me. I hate putting batteries in cars and then the damn thing honks at me. Which, some vehicles, that's just what they do. You may see a little bit of sparks. Just a little bit of fuzz. Just making a connection. That also means stuff like it's powering your radio and all that. Which isn't bad. If you had nothing on, maybe like a 1990 Ranger, you may plug that in and not notice any sparks or a buzzing sound. Just means it's powering everything, just like when you plug something into your house outlet. Okay, we are ready to put some covers together. Back on. Throw my tools over there. I never want to see again because the car should last forever. Okay, when you push this on, see these little clips? Mine don't go back into place because this kind of bulges it out a little bit. So when I push mine on, I got to put a screwdriver in there, and after I push it on as far as I can, I have to push it on, and it clamps on, and it stays on after that. But there's little runners right here. There's a runner on that side and a runner in there. You gotta make sure you line that up good. If anything's in the wrong spot, it's gonna bend these little tongs. But you gotta have this on. It has to stay waterproof for your start-stop crap. And it even says don't pressure wash, so that means it never wants to get wet. There we go. I pushed it on as far as I can, then I just pop the clip right on. Pop that clip right on. That one's done. Now, I believe how shiny that battery looks. This has two clips in the back that hinges, goes down like that, and then hinges this way. But you gotta make sure your battery wire, just make sure everything's tight too, Goes into two little holes on that battery box that we put in that I didn't clean, and then it just, there we go. It just kind of protects it a little bit. Make sure all your tools are out of the way before you start it. I think I brought the key out. Did I bring the key out? You guys remember me getting a key? Heck no, I didn't get the key. You know what? I'm just leaving you run. I'm tired of editing. Let's see if the remote starts from here. Nope. So when you flat tow a car, it makes the theft go off, and then your remote starting to work. Then you gotta get it reset. So here we go. You're going into the confines of a car that has 400,000 miles on it. There you're looking at my head. You're looking at it. Oh, here we go. We're in. We're gonna start it. We're gonna see if it's charging, which means it made a good connection. Ooh, that started really nice. Fast. Not used to fast. Then we're gonna go up to the alternator. On the way, I'm gonna turn on everything that used to be on. Battery died. Also, I think you lose your presets on your radio. Oh no, I got them back. Sweet. Very nice. There we go. There's the battery. I think you can see it. It says it's charging. Or it's just a battery that's at 13.5 volt, which normally doesn't happen. So let's kick on the headlights, see if it'll kick the charger on. I don't think it'll kick them on that quick. I've gone 7 hours before the alternator actually started charging. With the battery on, it's not dropping volts, so the alternator's definitely charging it. But the alternator's also going to say thank you, Jake, for finally changing me. It's been 15,000 miles with a bad battery. Oh, there we go. It's definitely charging now. Let's just let it sit there for a little bit. Now, I've had this thing charge clear up to 15 volt before, which I think is nuts. There, looks like it's calibrating the compass. Now, when I say it's 400,000 miles, it's towed. If you guys notice the miles right there, it's towed, and when you tow it, the mileage doesn't spin because it's digital, and that's all this car's ever done. So you got to times that by 2, give or take some Walmart trips where it wasn't towed, because wherever I go, I drive back from. It's definitely charging. Let's get back out and make sure everything's nice and tight. Oh. Seems like that battery will fix the problem. Let's see a battery in there. I think I tightened that one, didn't I? I'm gonna have to rewatch the video. Yeah, everything's good to go. Hopefully this helps someone out. You just need a 10-minute, whatever I said earlier. Thanks for watching.